Hi, Amit. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Yeah. So let's get started. So others will join. So yesterday we talked about some functions that expression transformations. Yeah. Today we will try to see some other transformations. So we'll start with today web services transformation. Yeah. Where we will understand like how to avail third-party service functionality. So that particular service could be based on what through URL or through local or through some other means. Yeah. So let us see how are we going to invoke third-party portal application within IICS. Yeah. Or we can also say that let's say there is some URL through which API is ready to use. In that case, how are we going to utilize the services offered by that particular API? So, to answer that, we have got web services transformation, which is going to help us in order to take care of this functionality. Yeah. So, let us try to log in. Okay, this is Escom US, right? Should be AP because we registered in Asia Pacific reason, right? Yeah. So let us say we have got one third party portal application where we perform it as a centigrade to foreign heat conversion free web service. Yeah. So if you search this, you will get the link, which is web service link. For example, I can say two links, right? Let's say Celsius to Fahrenheit. So here, this particular web service expects what? WSDL file, which means web services definition language, which will act as a descriptor or a definition or a structure through which we can supply the method with arguments so that we could able to get the corresponding result. Yeah. Now let us try to what we call get WSDL here. Yeah. This is going to be the WSDL file, which is Web Services Definition Language file, where we could able to see Celsius to Fahrenheit, Celsius to Fahrenheit response. Remember, if you want to deal with any web-based operation, right, there is going to be a request and response. So in this case, Celsius to Fahrenheit is going to be, let's say, request. This is going to be the response. And this particular request response would work based on two types of protocols. One, SOAP-based protocol, and second, HTTP protocol. So, for example, there are some methods. Can you see here? This method is based on SOAP. One, two. These are all based on what? SOAP. And you can see here HTTP. So this is HTTP. This is HTTP. This is also HTTP. Which means what? This particular web service can be accessible either by using SOAP protocol or by using HTTP protocol. Yeah, that's it. Now the question, how are we going to use this particular URL so that we could able to get the functionality of this particular temp, what you call Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa, which means Fahrenheit to Celsius. Yeah. So now it is ready. First thing, in order to perform this particular web services functionality, right? First and foremost thing is what we need to build a component, which is a structure, yeah, based on this particular URL. Yeah. So can you see here? This is going to be business services. So we need to configure the structure. Structure would contain operations and corresponding properties. So to do that, first we need to build business services definition and use the definition as part of web services transformation. Fine. So I'll just put here business service for what? I'll just put yes, Fahrenheit to Celsius. So we supply Fahrenheit as input and we expect Celsius value as a result. Let's we are trying to build a connection. So click on new connection and supply here connection name. I'll just put here web connection. Okay. So we can have description same as connection name and supply web service consumer. Okay. So this is the first thing we need to do. Thereafter, we can supply the runtime environment. This is same as earlier. And authentication, we can access this web service based on one of these options. In this case, let's say we are not using any authentication because we could able to get to see this without providing any authentication details, right? Which means it's a freely available web service. Yeah, that's what we have here, right? I repeat, it is a freely available web service. Yeah. So now let us apply this URL. Just copy this URL. Can you see here web services URL? Paste it. And endpoint also it's same. That's it. So this is what we need to do in order to what we call configure business services definition, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. Once it is done, say okay. Yes. Now connection is ready based on this particular URL. Next, we can supply or you can select the operation from that particular WSDL file. So click on operation, click on select. Yes, can you see here? Celsius to Fahrenheit to Celsius, which is this HTTP protocol. This is so best protocol. Yeah. So Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's what we give the name right here. Name of this business service. Yes. And just Fahrenheit to Celsius. Say okay. Yes. Similarly, if you want even other operations, right? Even those things also can be added as part of this, like opposite, right? Celsius to Fahrenheit, whatever. Right? Yeah, second one. And click on select. And Celsius to Fahrenheit. Say okay. That's it. Okay. After that, you can just click on save. That's it. Likewise, you can add any number of operations, but here we got only two. One is Fahrenheit to Celsius, second is what? Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah. This is the actual operation, yeah, that we are going to use it to convert. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Then close this. Now the component is ready to use. The next question, we need to start building a mapping and refer with this particular business service definition and see whether we could able to get this particular service functionality or not. Which means if you supply some value, right, Celsius, let's say 10, we should get what corresponding return value. Yeah, for example, Celsius to Fahrenheit formula. Yeah, so now let us say this is the formula. F minus 32 into 5 by 9, which is equal to Celsius. So we can open this calculator. Let's say we supply 1. Yeah, F minus 32, right? Which is 1 minus 32 into 5 divided by 9. So this is what we should get it. If you supply 1 as input, right, which is a Fahrenheit value, so Celsius value will be this much. Because in our source file, we got a first C1 value, right, which is 1. Let's say we supply the data from SC to 1, which is over here. This one, right? Yeah, 147. If you supply 1, right? Let's say this is the Fahrenheit value. Then we should get minus 17.2 watt, right? Similarly for other rows. Let us see first how to configure it. So now let us try to build a mapping. Yeah. Let us get the transformation, which is web services transformation, right? Configure source. Yes, that's why we are using this one. Yeah, can you see here? So this way we need to supply business service because we've already configured, right? We just have to select that. So where did you make it? That? Yeah, can you see here? This one. So it is storing under dev project extract folder. Yeah. So now we can select operation. Can you see there are two operations because we've already configured two operations. That's the first one, Celsius to Fahrenheit, or opposite, right? Fahrenheit to Celsius, because that's what we calculated here, right? We subtract Fahrenheit value. So based on this formula, F minus 32, right, into 5 by 9, which is equal to C. Yes. Now, so we need to map it. Can you see now C1 is there? On the right side, you can expand it and supply C1 as input to this. Because Fahrenheit value is a C1. That's it. Now, response mapping. Expand all. Select map all descendants. See, they're all now coming on the right side. Fahrenheit to Celsius result. Yeah. This is what we are going to get. This is a response, right? We have seen that already as part of yeah. This is going to be the response method. This is what you can see here, right? So now we can just configure it. Yes. Now I can supply. So web service result.txt, right? So okay. Now map it. During this time, see there are two groups here. Select envelope. Because yeah, where do we have that? If you go to this particular web services, so here there are two groups, for group and envelope group. So within envelope only, we got a result. So that is why we selected this. In this, you can also select this, but if you want to capture fault related issues, like a code corresponding reason why it is faulting. So now anyway, we are trying to get what? Fahrenheit to Celsius result. Yeah. So that's it. So now if you go and look at here, incoming fields, yeah, can you see here C1, C2, C3 plus we are going to get this particular result from web services. And these three columns are from source, which is seq1.txt. That's it. Any questions here? Because we need to understand this step by step clearly. Yeah. Any
Yeah,
questions?
is there like yeah, you selected the envelope, right? And uh, can we also select the faulty, like if there is a problem, or if there is an issue, how we can troubleshoot?
Yeah. Yes. To answer your question, add one more target. Yeah. And then you can just map this. Here you can select fault. Got it? So
Got it.
now,
Thanks.
yeah, forest txt. Yeah. Yeah. Here also you will have incoming fields plus formulated attributes. But earlier we saw actual result, which is fault 1 to Celsius response. Right. Fine. Now we can save it. Let us try to run this. Yeah, this usually takes more time because it has to connect to third-party portal application, and then executions will take place, and then response will be returned. So usually web services will take more time. Yeah, let us try to refresh. See, it got successful. Now let us look at the result. Yes, false will see. See, nothing is there. We just have got a header. It doesn't have anything. So no faults. Now we can see web service result. Yeah. Can you see here? Header empty and response and then source columns. Yeah. So can you see here this what we have already calculated here, right? Yes, we got minus 17.2. Same thing we could be able to see here. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Similarly, this is what 4.4 now. Let's see what is the impact. Yes, this is 4. So here we can calculate 4 minus 32, which is f minus 32, right? Into 5 divided by 9 minus 15.55 order. Same thing we can see here, right? This one, right? That's it. So this is how we can avail the services offered by third-party portal application. Yeah. So any questions on this? Ali and
I'm
others?
good. Yeah.
Good. Fine. So now let us talk about opposites, right? In the sense Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yeah. So for that, we can add one more web services. Yeah. And take the same thing. Here we use another method. Or we can also create another business service definition for another operation, or we can have same definition. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Yes. Now we can expand it. Say Celsius, it's taking Celsius as an input. Let's say we are going to use same thing. Yeah. And response, let's say we select all, map all dissonance. See, here Celsius to Fahrenheit response. Right? That's it. Same as earlier. Only difference here is operation is different. Yeah, this is the first thing. Fault. Yes, I'll just put here C to F dot txt Celsius to Fahrenheit. Right. So okay. And then we can do second one false. Yeah. C to F false not txt. That's it. So I think this we have selected already. Yes. Yeah, it get executed. So in web services transformation, right? So we use what you call create business service definition. So input to create is what? One is a portal URL, then selection of WSDL file from local or from URL, direct URL. I'll put here direct URL. Then once you do that, then create a connection. Connection based on what? Based on the URL, right? Create a connection based on URL. Yes. After that, once the connection established, right? What we supply here? We supply URL, right? Which is a base URL and also endpoint URL. We have done that. Then once the connection is ready, then select operation. One or more, right? So we selected one Fahrenheit to Celsius, second time Celsius to Fahrenheit. With this definition will be ready. Ready to use. Right? That's it. Next step, what we did, you've just created mapping, right? In that, anyway, source target anyway straightforward. We'll just focus on web services transformation, right? In this, what we did, we have just referred what business service definition. I'll just put shortcut business service BSD business service definition. After that, what we did, we selected operation. Let's say Fahrenheit to Celsius, right? Then once you select, right, then we need to take care of request mapping. In that, we just mapped C1 to Fahrenheit, right? That's input. Then response mapping. Here we selected what? There are two. One target one. We selected envelope. And target two, which is what? Fault group. These two groups. Fault group contains what? Fault code, reason description. Yeah. Like why it got faulted. Envelope contains the result. Result of what? Fahrenheit to Celsius response. So for that, we are mapping it to two targets. That's it. This what we discussed. Yeah, these are the points that we followed to configure web services transformation. After that, we could able to see the result in that relevant.
So is there any
Yes.
difference between base URL and endpoint URL?
Yeah. So yes, in case if the operations are derived from some other URL other than WSDL, right? In that case, they differ. If not, both will be same. Only.
Okay.
For example, kind of operations that we have, they are available in some other URL. In that case, endpoint URL will be different. For example, let's say post. It's a base URL, but actual operations are under post dot one slash /. So this example. So this is going to be the endpoint URL. So this is going to be the base URL. What are they?
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. So that's it. Yeah. About the steps. Let us see the status. See, there are 10 rows because we added one more operation, right? 5 plus 5 is 10. Yeah. Now let us see the false, no false. And yeah, this is a centigrade for not result 33.8. Let us calculate at least one to understand whether we are getting it right or not. What is the formula? This is a direct formula, right? So C into 9 by 5 plus 32. Fine. C is what? 1, right? 1 into 9 divided by 5 plus 32. 33.8. Yep. See, we got 33.8. That's it. Same way, you'll get the result for other rows. Is it clear? Only we know the movie.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. So this is how one can able to take care of what I call web services transformation. I think we covered end to end, right? So theoretically and also practically we have done it. I think I've shown step by step, like how to get free web service, how to look at wisdom file, which is web service definition language file. Then how to interpret this WSDL file in terms of request and response based on SOAP or HTTP. After that, we have just got into data integration to create a component, which is business services component. We have just configured this definition to get two operations from WSDL file. After that, we have built a mapping where we refer the definition and obtain the corresponding targets. Like one is a fault and the rest normal result, like centigrade to Celsius to Fahrenheit result or Fahrenheit to Celsius result. There are two targets here. And corresponding faults can capture some of the target. And source, we are trying to pull it out from the sequential file where we select one column as input to this particular input, like Celsius or Fahrenheit. So, so we'll get a result corresponding to that. I think we have already seen that. Yeah. So these are the sequence of steps that we followed to understand how this web services transformation is going to work. Right. So next union, I think we talked about it. Yeah, I don't know whether union is union. Yes, we have done it. Yeah. So next, probably I think today, only 10 minutes, right? So we'll stop here. We'll continue from here with some other transformation like We have got normalizer, data template. We got the hierarchy parts, hierarchy builder, Java transformation. Yeah. We got some more
Can
transformations,
we,
like some structured
yeah,
parts. Yeah. Yes, no?
can we discuss something? Yeah.
Can you
Can we discuss something like
go ahead?
small? Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Can you throw some light on parameterized? How we can pass parameters and
Yeah. There are two ways to get into this parameterization. Yeah. In IICS, especially data integration service, there are two ways to take care of parameterization. And I'll talk about that. Yeah. And one, what we call at mapping level, or source level, or target level, or task level, or task flow level. Right? Now, in this, either mapping source target, right? We define parameters. Example source, if we take source path, which is a directory, second source file, both let us say we are going to parameterize. We just what do you call it?
also it is possible for source table. Yeah.
Anything. We're just trying to talk about path and file. If you go to
Okay.
database, right, what you said is right. We can have connection. Connection could be native or ODBC based, like a DSL, whatever, and credentials, username, and password. So, and also, we can also have other attributes like the port number or connection, URL. All of them also can be what we call parameterized, clearly. But most of the cases, we parameterized what connection, username, and password. Only.
Okay.
Okay. Once we do that, same way we can do it for target. Then we can also do it at transformation level. We can also do it at task level. Yeah. Now, once you define these parameters, right, we can also have what I call the values, which can be supplied again in two ways. One, end user can supply, yeah, at the time of execution. Yeah, time of execution. Clear, right? Second, end user can also take the parameter values from a file, which we call parent file. So we just need to understand how to what create a parent file, output and params. Then refer this parameter. Then refer parameter and also file, both file and parameter. Parameter or meters. Yeah, whatever. Once you do that, then we can run and see the effect of this parameterization. That's all we do here. So we got partial parameterization, complete parameter. There are many subsets. That anyway I'm going to talk. Yeah, this is the where we achieve this parameterization in express in data integration only.
Okay.
Got it. Fine. So that's it only for today and others. So we'll continue from it tomorrow. Tomorrow probably we'll try to focus on hierarchy related things or some other leftover transfer. Anything is fine. Fine.
Fine.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks to all.
Thank
Bye.
you.